Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of mine. This is your match preview for West Ham versus Chelsea taking place tomorrow. I think it's a 7:45 kickoff or an 8 o'clock kickoff around that time. I'm actually not 100% sure when the match starts. I probably should know that. But yeah, this is a preview for that game at the London Stadium tomorrow. This is a big game, and as the title of the video says, every single match that we have from now to the end of the season is very, very important, and we have to win all of them because I expect Manchester United to win their games. Wolves are coming along very, very well, so we have to keep that top four position. I know we have a gap of 5 points, but still that could be cut down to 2 if United win, as with Wolves. So we need to keep that, and we can only do that by winning games. And that starts tomorrow. West Ham, as I said, away. Now, West Ham are in big, big trouble. They are in a real dogfight, relegation battle. They're in a real dogfight. They're really struggling this season. They're on 27 points. They're only out of the relegation zone on goal difference. They're on the same amount of points as Bournemouth and Aston Villa. So they're really in trouble, and they need to start picking up points. And there's been a trouble with Chelsea for so many years that whenever teams need points, need to win matches, they always play us, and we always seem to be, instead of being Chelsea FC that we know and love, Chelsea fans, of winning games, winning trophies, and being ruthless and relentless and beating teams left, right and centre. Whenever we play teams that need points and need to stay up, we turn into charity FC, and they go, you want 3 points? There you go, you can have it. You want a point? There you go, you can have it. Whenever relegation teams rock up to play Chelsea, we always seem to give them the points that they need. I do not want any of that tomorrow, especially against West Ham, as they are London rivals. So, and we have our own thing to fight for. We need to fight for top 4. So I don't want any charity FC tomorrow. I want Chelsea FC there tomorrow, playing the best that we can and hopefully getting 3 points. Now, a bit of team news for that game. This is a bit disappointing and a bit of a worry because Christian Pulisic is an injury doubt, as well as Andreas Christensen. Pulisic came off with a slight problem in his calf after the game against Leicester on, when was it, Sunday, and Andreas Christensen had a hip problem. He didn't play at all against Leicester, so he's still a doubt. He has a hip problem, so I really hope that both of them can at least be in the squad. If they don't start, we can work around that, but I do want them to be in the squad and at least have that option. Now, if Christian Pulisic could start, that would be great, but I just want them in the squad. That's the kind of main thing. So now that I've discussed that, we're going to get into the starting 11 for the game, or the starting 11 that I would like to see play anyway. Swing goal, Kepa can come back in. Caballero played against Leicester and did well when he was called upon, made some few good saves. But as been the case for all this season, really, Kepa is our first choice keeper, and it would be good to keep it that way. So we're going to go with Kepa in between the sticks. The defenders, right back, I'm going to go Azpilicueta. He's been very good since the restart. He didn't start against Leicester on Sunday. He came on for Reece James at half time because Reece James was very poor in the opening 45 minutes, and Azpilicueta has been our most consistent defender for so long, and has played well since the restart, so I think he warrants his place at right back. 2 centre backs, I would go with Rudiger. I think Rudiger is probably the mainstay as one of the 2 centre backs. We don't really have many kind of leaders or experience in that position. We have Christensen still very young, Zouma still very young, Tomori still very young. So he's the kind of the experienced head among the centre backs that we have in the squad. So I think he'll be in there for the rest of the season, barring any injuries or suspensions. So I'm going to go with Rudiger. Now, I would have gone with Christensen, but as I said only a couple of minutes ago, he's a doubt with the game with a hip injury. So I personally, if he's able to play, I want to see Christensen in there alongside Rudiger. But if he's not, I would go with Tomori's still not fully fit, so I'd have to go with Zouma because we don't really have anyone else But so if Christensen is fit to play, I would start Christensen. But if he's not, I think the only choice that we have to play is Kurt Zouma. So I'll go with that. Left back, I'd bring Marcos Alonso back in. Emerson played against Leicester. He played okay, didn't do anything too wrong, but I think Alonso is probably a little bit better than Emerson. Both of them still have a lot of flaws to their game, and they're not the two best left backs in the world. Let's just say that. But I think Alonso is slightly better than Emerson, especially going forward. So it'd be good to have him back in the team tomorrow. Moving into the midfield three. Kovacic didn't start against Manchester City on Thursday, and he also didn't start against Leicester on Sunday, and I don't know why. He's been our best player this season by a mile, and when he came on against Leicester on Sunday, he just brought so much more energy and drive and determination that was missing throughout the whole first half on Sunday that we really need tomorrow, especially in the London derby. So Kovacic starts tomorrow without a doubt, and he should be fresh anyway. He only played 45 minutes on Sunday and only a little bit at the end against Manchester City, so he should have fresh legs. I'm going to go with N'Golo Kante as well. Now, a lot, I've seen a lot of, I follow a lot of Chelsea Instagram pages, and a lot of people have been saying that he played well against Leicester. Now, from watching it personally, I don't think he played particularly well. He gave the ball away a few times, looked a bit slow, but again, he wasn't the only one. They were all particularly poor, especially in the first half. But he's still a quality player. As much as we like to say, players have bad games. That's just football. They can't play well every single game. So Kante I don't think he had a particularly good game on Sunday, but that's just one game, and he's still a quality player and still one of the first names on our team sheet. So I go with Kante. Mason Mount, the other midfield role. Mason Mount played on Sunday against Leicester. He didn't play particularly well either. Didn't cover himself in glory, gave the ball away a few times, looked very slow. Jorginho's been back from suspension, but we haven't seen him at all yet, which is a bit of a surprise. But I don't know, it's tough. I'm going to go with Jorginho and kind of move Kante and Kovacic into the more advanced of the midfield three, and go with Jorginho just to see, because Mason Mount was poor against Leicester. I know it's only one game, but it would be nice to kind of use our squad and get Jorginho back playing. We have Loftus-Cheek there as well, but I still think it's too soon for him to be starting games and expecting much from him, because he's obviously only come back from a very long injury. Moving into the front three, Willian on the right. I thought Willian played alright against Leicester. As I said, I'm going to say, whenever I said anyone played against Leicester, they were all pretty poor against Leicester. It was a very crap performance. But I go with Willian just because, he still has quality there, and I feel it could be used against West Ham. Up front, I would go with Giroud, Tammy Abraham. Again, going to use the point again, played particularly poor against Leicester. He did score a very good goal that was ruled out for offside, but I just think Giroud offers a little bit more than Tammy Abraham. I know Tammy Abraham's one for the future, and he's still got so many good years ahead of him, but I would go with Giroud for this game, just for that bit of presence. And and on the left now, I would have said Pulisic all day long if he hadn't have been a doubt with an injury. If he's able to play, I would start him on the left, but if he's not, you could argue Loftus-Cheek up there maybe, but I just said that I don't think it's right for him to be starting a game so soon. I don't even know if Hudson-Odoi is match fit. I suppose you'd have to go with Pedro if Pulisic's not fit. So if Pulisic's fit, I'd start him. If he's not, I'm going to have to go with Pedro. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's probably the best team we could come up with. We have a few injuries to deal with, as we have done all season, which is disappointing, but that's just football, and you just have to get on with it. So going into that, my prediction for the game now, this is tricky, because as I said earlier in the video, whenever we seem to play teams that need points or are fighting for relegation, they always seem to turn up against us, and as I said, we turn into Charity FC and not Chelsea FC. But we have our own things to be fighting for. We need to get top four, we need to be winning games, and that's what the players need to understand when we go out there tomorrow. And I'm sure Frank Lampard will be telling them before the game that it is going to be a tough game. I know West Ham have been very poor this season. They seem to be losing games left, right and centre. But it is still going to be a tough game. It's a London derby. They need points. We need points. Hopefully it'll be a good game. And hopefully we can win the game and kind of keep that 5-point gap in fourth with that extra game less to be played. So it is very important that we play well, but more importantly win the game and get 3 points. So saying that, here's my prediction for the game. This is going to be tough. I really don't know. In a normal situation, maybe earlier on in the season, I would have said Chelsea win, but we lost to West Ham at Stamford Bridge earlier on in the season. So, do you know what? I'm going to be positive. I'm going to say 2-1 Chelsea. I'm going to say 2-1 Chelsea. I'm worried about the game because I know what these relegation teams are like when they need points. They turn up, they play well. So we have to just be wary of that and kind of play our own game. Like we did against Manchester City, we played our own game. We knew we were going to have less of the ball, but we still managed to win. In this game, we're going to have a lot of the ball. It's going to be very different to Man City. We're going to have a lot of the ball, and we need to take our chances, which has been an issue for us this season. So we really need to be out of this game, and we really do need to win. So anyway, guys, that's all I have to say for this video. If you did enjoy it, please drop it a like and subscribe if you're new around here, or you enjoyed the content, and I will have the review for the game out on probably Thursday. I'll have the review out. So see you then, guys, and take care.